SKOL Nation, stop right now. U.S. Bank Stadium is shaking after 3 earthquakes hit Minnesota in 72 hours, and the first tremor already has a name attached. Greg Holcomb. A Vikings legend got called a clown. A quarterback coach just burned bridges on social media. And Kevin O'Connell dropped a truth bomb that has the entire locker room on edge. Here's your first concrete fact. 16 of 32. That's J. McCarthy's completion percentage against Chicago, and it sparked a war that's tearing Viking Nation apart right now. If you scold louder than you breathe, hit like and let Packers fans know who runs the North. This isn't just drama, this is a fracture at the center of Minnesota's season, and one decision in the next 48 hours could either unite this team or destroy it. We start with the social media explosion that has everyone picking sides. A quarterback throws 2 interceptions. The clock hits 4 minutes. The game hangs by a thread. And then 10 plays, 95 yards, 1 touchdown. Victory. Analyst Emmanuel Acho posted on X. JJ McCarthy got that clutch gene. Simple praise, clean take. But then a Vikings legend stepped into the thread with 6 words that detonated a bomb across Minnesota. The name, Chris Carter. Hall of Famer, 80 career touchdowns in purple, one of the greatest to ever wear the jersey. His response to Acho, did you watch the first 59 minutes? Ice cold, surgical, brutal. And McCarthy's quarterback coach, Greg Holcomb, who has worked with the kid since middle school, did not hold back. He called Chris Carter a clown. Let that sink in. A position coach just publicly disrespected one of the most beloved figures in franchise history. This isn't a hot take on a podcast. This is a line in the sand. Here's the context Viking Nation needs. Without that final drive, McCarthy's numbers were catastrophic. 10 of 24, 74 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 picks. Carter wasn't wrong about the statistics. He was stating facts. But Holcomb sees the kid he's been molding for a decade getting destroyed in public by a legend who should know better. The thread didn't stop. Acho backtracked and misspelled Carter's name. Carter corrected him with the pettiness of a man who's earned the right to demand respect. And now the question burning through U.S. Bank Stadium is this. Does Chris Carter, a Vikings icon, have the right to publicly criticize a struggling second-year quarterback? Or does Greg Holcomb, the loyal coach, have the duty to defend his player no matter who is talking? Here's what makes this dangerous. McCarthy is fragile right now, confidence shattered, mechanics broken. The last thing a young quarterback needs is a civil war between his camp and franchise royalty, and that's exactly what's brewing. Viking Nation is split. Some fans are riding with Carter, saying he's just being honest. Others are defending McCarthy, saying the kid deserves time. Do you think Chris Carter was out of line, or was he just speaking the truth? Drop your take below. If you believe Greg Holcomb crossed the line, calling a Hall of Famer a clown, smash that like and let the comments roar. But the wildfire doesn't stop with social media beef, because inside the building, Kevin O'Connell just discovered something that could fix McCarthy's entire season or prove it's already too late. Stay locked. Film room. Midnight oil. Coaches grinding through every snap, searching for answers, looking for the key that unlocks a quarterback drowning in his own mechanics. And buried in the fourth quarter against Chicago, they found it. The name of the solution? Tempo. Not a player, not a scheme adjustment, a simple concept that slowed McCarthy down by speeding him up. Here's the breakdown. McCarthy's biggest enemy isn't the defense, it's his feet. His base gets wide, his back leg swings like he's throwing a 100-mile-per-hour fastball, and his accuracy dies. The game is moving too fast in his head, and his lower half pays the price. 68% of his incompletions this season came from throws where his base was too wide or his footwork collapsed under pressure. That's a staggering number. But on that final drive, the one that saved Minnesota's season for one more week, something changed. The Vikings ran no huddle. McCarthy had no time to overthink. The plays came fast, the decisions came faster, and his feet, they calmed down. Suddenly, the kid who looked lost for 56 minutes was dropping dimes. 16 yards to Justin Jefferson, 12 yards to Jordan Addison. Play action strike, bootleg conversion. The chaos in his head got quiet because the tempo forced him to trust his instincts instead of obsessing over his mechanics. Head coach Kevin O'Connell said it himself after the game. When JJ has great posture at the top of his drops, he throws the ball really well. He did it Thursday, did it Friday. The talent is there, the arm is there, the IQ is there. It's the mental clutter, the over-processing, the paralysis by analysis that's killing him. And running tempo offense is the antidote, at least in the short term. Now, here's the wrinkle. You can't run no huddle for 60 minutes. It's not sustainable. Defenses adjust, your offense gets gassed, and eventually the wheels fall off. But as a confidence builder, as a way to get McCarthy into a RHYTA gym early and let him feel what it's like to play fast and free, it's genius. O'Connell was considering using tempo packages on the opening drive against Green Bay this weekend to give McCarthy early success and momentum. The question is whether McCarthy can carry that confidence into the regular offense, or if this is just a band-aid on a broken foundation. Do you think running more tempo can save McCarthy's season, or is this just delaying the inevitable? Comment your prediction below. And if you believe the Vikings just found the blueprint to fix their quarterback, hit that like and make Packers fans nervous. But tempo won't matter if McCarthy isn't even on the field. Because Kevin O'Connell just said something that sent shockwaves through the organization, and it has everything to do with McCarthy's job security or lack of it. The storm is here. Press conference, routine Monday questions, standard coach speak expected, and then Kevin O'Connell, the man who handpicked J.J. McCarthy in the draft, the coach who has defended him through every struggle, said the quiet part out loud. A reporter asked about balancing McCarthy's development with the team's need to win games. O'Connell's response, there's what's best for the young quarterback, what's best for our offense, what's best for our team. That's my job to manage all those things, and I've got to do a better job of that. Read between the lines. O'Connell just admitted that what's best for MC Carthy might not be what's best for the Vikings. That's a tacit admission that the kid isn't ready, that the losses are piling up, and that the pressure to make a change is building inside the organization. And when reporters pushed him on the possibility of benching McCarthy, O'Connell didn't shut the door. He didn't say, Jay is our guy no matter what. He didn't give the standard vote of confidence. He deflected. That silence is deafening. Here's the brutal reality. McCarthy is completing 50% of his passes. 50. In a modern NFL offense designed to get the ball out fast and create easy completions, that number is borderline catastrophic. His wide receivers are visibly frustrated. Jordan Addison dropped the ball against Chicago, but he's also been overthrown on at least 6 deep shots this season that should have been touchdowns. Justin Jefferson, the best receiver in football, is seeing his stats crater because his quarterback can't consistently deliver the ball. The Vikings are 7-4, clinging to playoff position in a loaded NFC, and the margin for error is gone. One more loss to Green Bay this weekend, and Minnesota could be staring at a 4-game stretch against playoff teams where every single game is a must-win. Can they afford to keep developing McCarthy while the season burns? That's the question tearing O'Connell apart, because the alternative is UGLY. The backup is Nick Mullins, a journeyman who has bounced around the league and doesn't offer much more than a veteran presence. There's no savior waiting in the wings. This isn't a situation where you can plug in a proven commodity and salvage the season. It's McCarthy or chaos. And right now, chaos might be winning. O'Connell also hinted at something else. McCarthy's practice performance has been excellent. Thursday and Friday before the Chicago game, he was sharp. Clean mechanics, decisive throws, all the things the coaches want to see. But Sunday, it all vanished. The gap between practice and games is the Grand Canyon right now, and O'Connell can't figure out how to bridge it. Is it the pressure, the speed, the lights, or is McCarthy just not ready for this level yet? Here's the most important question Viking Nation needs to answer. Do you think Kevin O'Connell should bench JJ McCarthy if he struggles again this weekend, or do you ride with the kid no matter what? Drop your answer below. If you believe O'Connell is setting up McCarthy to be benched, hit like and let the debate explode. And if you think the Vikings are about to make the most controversial decision of their season, subscribe, because the fallout will be seismic. But hold on, because one signature is still missing, and the Packers just cleared cap space to target the exact same free agent Minnesota is chasing. That story drops next. 3 stories, 1 quarterback, 1 locker room on the edge of implosion. A Vikings legend called out McCarthy's performance and got called a clown by the QB's coach, creating a public war that's dividing the fan base. Inside the building, Kevin O'Connell discovered that running tempo might be the key to unlocking McCarthy's potential, but only if the kid can translate practice success to game day. And the head coach himself just admitted that he's struggling to balance McCarthy's development with the team's need to win, opening the door to a benching that would send shockwaves through Minnesota. This is not a rebuild. This is not a development year. The Vikings are 7-4, sitting in the playoff hunt, and every single game from here on out is a battle. If McCarthy can't figure it out fast, the season and maybe his career as the starter could be over before Christmas. Let's break down what this means for the North. Green Bay is healthy. Jordan Love is playing at an MVP level. Josh Jacobs just hit 7,500 career rushing yards in his first 100 games Hall of Fame pace, and the Packers are coming into Lambeau this weekend with blood in the water. If Minnesota loses, the division is basically gone. Detroit is rolling. The Lions just knocked off a playoff team and their defense is suffocating. Chicago is scrappy, pulling off upsets when nobody expects it. The Vikings are the most talented team in the North on paper, but talent doesn't mean anything if your quarterback can't complete half his throws. Here's what Skull Nation needs to do right now. 1, smash that like if you believe J. McCarthy deserves more time to develop, or if you think Kevin O'Connell needs to make a change before it's too late. 2, drop a comment with your boldest prediction for this weekend's game against Green Bay. Does McCarthy bounce back, or does he crumble under the Lambeau pressure? And 3, subscribe, because every single subscriber makes Packers fans furious, and we're about to document every twist in this quarterback controversy as it unfolds. But listen closely, Viking Nation. Here's the edge of the cliff. McCarthy's job might not be the only thing on the line this weekend. According to sources close to the situation, this is a rumor. A veteran defender called a players-only meeting on Tuesday night. No coaches, no front office, no media. And what was said could either galvanize this team or fracture it beyond repair. Leadership questioning McCarthy's readiness, a vote of confidence from the locker room, or something darker. That story is still developing, and it drops next. And on top of that, the Packers just restructured contracts to clear $22 million in cap space. And insiders say they're targeting a free agent defensive back that Minnesota has been scouting for weeks. If Green Bay gets him first, the North is theirs. Which domino falls first, McCarthy's benching or the Packers signing? SKOL Nation, the battle is here. The horns are blowing. Hit subscribe, stay locked, and let's take back the NFC North one game at a time. We ride together or we fall alone. See you in the WAR.